the financial acumen to succeed. Parkside EDC provides families and businesses with financial insights, offering free online, on-site, and on-air B-Warp presentations. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Programs helps our community acquire, sustain, and pass down legacy wealth. High school seniors can apply for this year's scholarship awards at parksideedc.org. Scholarships will be awarded at Parkside EDC's Gospel/Jazz Brunch on Sunday, April the 27th. For details, tickets, or donations, please visit parksideedc.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Shade to everyone that has them. I'm just saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc, and as well, Amy, as a woman dating or even considering, I think that a lot of times, you know, we do value women, but when you talk about Black relationships, I think we all come with some baggage, all right? Now, some of us have some baggage that's not gonna fit in the overhead compartment, and some of us have some baggage that you're gonna have to pay a whole lot more for to get on this flight, right? But the reality of it is that's just who we are, and I'm talking about historic. Like if you're talking about being enslaved, where we were and how we engage each other, there's a lot of elements there. But it can be a little difficult because women have expectations in 2021 that they're watching, and they're very material expectations. I agree with you, Claudia, but I'm simply saying that
not all of them are material.
And I'm not trying to generalize.
It's just
women.
Most of the time it's pointing to American women are more material.
And it's America as a society.
Not better.
Let's bring spirit into this.
And I gave you the space to even edit the better part, right? So and I'm with you on that. But let's say this, because you guys both tie in two really important pieces, right? You talk about women who are not African American women, and you talk about the experience and what is the influence here. You mentioned social media, but what you're really missing here is the piece that you talk talk about the enslavement part. The culture and the trauma that African American men and women and children have faced in this country is like unlike any other group. And so when we talk about trauma, what we know is that Black people have a lot of unprocessed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of harm, not just back then, but right now on the daily, right? And so one of the things that we talk about as professionals within my profession is we talk about how trauma impacts people. And so we love to say, Resma Minikim, one of my favorite colleagues, he says that trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. And that trauma decontextualized within a family looks like family traits. And that trauma decontextualized within a people looks like culture, right? And so when you talk about how African American women present and what they need as it relates to security and finances and the finer things in life, and to look a certain way and to want a certain thing from their man and to have certain expectations, it's because of the trauma that we are still trying to survive. And when we talk about feeling beautiful and the BBLs and the Birkin bags and the wanting the nice things and wanting their men to come with a certain level of care and a certain level of treatment and expectation, we are trying to connect. We are trying to heal with you. We are trying to...
Ooh, Lord. Hey, it's my Friday, so you know I had to go out with a bang. Yes. Man, that was the homegirl Claudia Jordan. I did not listen to the clip before you heard. I heard it when you heard it. And the clip sets it up so beautifully, so perfectly. Tonight's topic, post-traumatic slave syndrome, a la legendary Dorsey High graduate Joy DeGruy, right? Post-traumatic slave syndrome, a.k.a. modern day Black love. What was that, from 21? Do you see? We're still carrying, as the sister broke down, a lot of unprocessed baggage. Now, my way of saying unprocessed baggage is WIP, work in progress, right? And again, if we're carrying all of this unprocessed baggage, or as the legend, we must, say her name properly, the legend Joy DeGruy says, post-traumatic slave syndrome, it begs the question of what your relationship is really about, or what is it for? I keep saying relationships are spiritual in nature, right? The nature of relationship is to process that unprocessed baggage. That's really the purpose of relationship. I'm saying that's the cake, not the icing. That's the meat, not the sides, right? That's what relationship is for. And we've turned relationship into more of an entertainment, right? More of an escape from self-work, escape from accountability, right? Escape from personal responsibility. That's what relationships are about, getting our wounds needs met. You say, our wounds, yes, our unrequited, unprocessed wounds. We have turned relationship into a supply source for the wounds needs. And it's really bad that it's like that, but this is modern day relationship. Tonight's topic, post-traumatic slave syndrome, a.k.a. modern-day Black love. In light of the emergence of scientific disciplines such as epigenetics and generational narratives, how have these concepts illuminated the profound connection and understanding that modern Black individuals in America share with one another? How have generational curses impacted our ability to actually connect and relate to one another? We're going to break it down. The quantum chains of post-traumatic slave syndrome. Black love as insurgent alchemy against the holographic plantation. Post-traumatic slave syndrome operates as an epigenetic curriculum. Its syllabus is etched in telomeres, shortened by ancestral bondage. You know what a telomere is? It's a coating on top of your DNA. Once the telomere begins to erode, we begin to age. That's what a telomere is, right? Shortened by ancestral bondage. That's Thayer, 2018. Black love becomes insurgent pedagogy, right? Oh, my goodness. A fugitive algebra where partners decode generational traumas, neural scripts, Vanderklok, while resisting the holographic plantation, Campbell, that projects white relational norms as the cosmic law. Joy DeGrew's vacant esteem colludes with Harriet Washington's medical apartheid, pathologizing black intimacy into survival metrics. Oh, my God. 2.5 times maternal mortality, CDC, funds the strong black woman elective, while 78% of black scholars intellectualize pain to bypass somatic truth. That's Chronicle 2023. Yet here, we have quantum marriage. Let me tell you what quantum marriage is. Let me tell you what marriage is. Marriage is what slaves did when they escaped to go establish their own thing. Marriage, that's what it was called. We have quantum marriage, and it's thriving. 40% reject marriage, according to Pew. Hacking colonial code via Andre Lord's erotic resistance and Manikim's somatic abolitionism. To love while black demands burning trauma's report card. Its ashes fertilizing post-traumatic slave syndrome futures where touch transcends. Oh, this is so hurtful. Auction block algorithms. Yeesh. Black love, insurgents, holographic plantation. Are we still on the holographic plantation? I want to know. Do we set our own standard for unconditional love? Or are we still trying to achieve something within this society that will be acknowledged and approved of by society at large? Oh, my goodness. Relationships are designed to heal what you conceal. How do they do that? They mirror what you conceal. In that mirroring, there is revealing. Revealing of what? Not the issue. It is the revealing of self to the person that is self-avoidant. The black womb as a eugenic battleground. Oh, Lord, does 2.5% higher maternal mortality, CDC 2023, prove systematic sabotage of black family futures? Here's the empirical hook. Black women's fibroid rates 3 times higher correlate with neighborhoods exposed to medical waste, EPA 2023. Love in the algorithmic plantation, how dating apps, 25%, match penalty against black women. OkCupid 2023, digitally reinforced slave market dynamics. Here's the empirical data. AI is trained to match algorithms replicated in the 18th century breeding preferences. MIT 2023. Oh my goodness. We're still in the plantation. We're still suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. The strong black woman lie. Does suppressed rage shorten lifespans by 4.5 years, according to the CDC? While funding the $1.2 trillion campaign of Black Girl Magic Wellness Industrial Complex. Oh, my goodness. Here's the empirical hook. 80% of black femmes support or self-report caregiver fatigue. Oh my goodness. As primary relational stressor, that's the APA 2023. Black male emotional necrosis. Is hip-hop no friends mentality a trauma response to 78% code switching rates, Urban Institute, or internalized depression? Here's the empirical hook. Black men's amygdala reactivity spikes 37% higher when expressing vulnerability. If you know anything about the amygdala, that's the part of the brain where there's intense emotion, anger, reactivity, right? Right there, the amygdala. Listen to that. Black men's amygdala reactivity spikes 37% higher when expressing vulnerability. The Wakanda divorce rate paradox. Why 52% of Afrofuturist couples split. JHU. When escapism collides with unhealed post-traumatic slave disorder. You can put the dashiki on. It's on you, but it ain't in you. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Boy, black love is tough, ain't it? I know y'all not. It's tough. It's hard, ain't it? See, people do this when they go to jail. In jail, you got to choose up. You black, go with the blacks. You Mexicans, go with the Mexicans. You white, go with the whites. Now, you Christian, go with the black Christians. You a Muslim, go with the black Muslims. And if there are no black Christians and there's only black Muslims, guess who you with? Do you see? You can't be an adult until you heal what molded you, what made you. You got to go back and look at the potter's hands. Sometimes it's your mama. But let's not forget there's also a cultural shadow. Cultural shadow work. Yes, Carl Jung talked about the cultural shadow. America has a cultural shadow that's been cast over black love. Ooh, Lord. Oh, I don't know if y'all ready for tonight's topic, man. Oh, here we go. When I come forward, I'm opening up the phone lines. Talk to me tonight about what's on your mind. I want to know, how has post-traumatic slave syndrome crept into your household?
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Who cares about the black community in Altadena? We do. On Saturday, March 8th at 10 a.m., it's the premiere of Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr. This new weekly show will explore the deep roots and resilience of Altadena's black community as we track its recovery and reimagine its future. From relief efforts to rebuilding, we're raising up voices, stories, and solutions to build back Black Altadena better and stronger than ever. It's Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr, every Saturday at 10 a.m. beginning Saturday, March 8th, with an encore presentation, Sundays at noon.
James Farr, the man who is the voice for Black Los Angeles.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson, your sports connection here at KBLA Talk 1580. Join me and my co-host Neil Scarborough every Saturday night at 7 for Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We take you beyond the scores and press conferences. We give you our point of view, the way black folks see what's going down. You can join the conversation and give us your analysis at 1-800-920-1580. Out of Bounds every Saturday night at 7 on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You like the style, though.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Folks get down in the sunshine. Sunshine.
I think to myself, if I were up here in front of you right now, and this is going to become very important as I move into the other slides. If I stomped a puppy to death out here, up here, just a little puppy, and stomped it right here to death in front of you, most of you would need therapy. And I would be arrested probably faster than killing a black man for killing a puppy. Now I want you to look at this photo very closely, and I want you to see who's in it. More important than the man hanging, because you got to understand the lynchings that occurred in America happened after slavery, not during. Thousands of lynchings happened after slavery, because this is a reaction to white fear of what we would do once freed. But we didn't create a vigilante group to take out white people, but they did create a vigilante group to take us out now that we're free. See, that happened after slavery. They were called the what? The Ku Klux Klan. They don't wear hoods anymore, they wear suits. But they're alive and well all over the world, even here. So, look at who's in the picture. I want you to look at this little girl in particular. You can't see her closely, but she's actually grimacing, like smirking. Now, remember, let's go back to the puppy concept here. She would be loathed and torn up probably if this was a puppy, which means he's less than that, because she's not disturbed. This little girl is not disturbed by this, but she should be, shouldn't she? People always ask me, they go, Joy, what was the impact on white people? There it is, right there. Can't feel any empathy for him. None, zero zip. There's a little one back here, even smaller. Because whatever she's been taught or told, socialized to believe, makes him no longer human. That's the greatest danger to white people, is that they can't feel it. And there's a reason why white people can't feel what we're talking about. My God, what would you then feel? It's tough. So I've got to believe, oh, it's all over now. It's not my fault. I don't benefit. It's not a big deal. Let's move on. It's not all of those things. But we don't say that to Jewish people. I dare you. But you have to understand, when you unearth this one, That's what we did to our children. Let's move forward. This is a similar photo to the one that is used in Denzel's movie. Now, and again, most important, this is a man that's being burned. Also, I won't read the depiction, but there are newspaper accounts of this. It's written in a book called 100 Years of Lynching by Ginsberg. No pictures, just newspapers that say not only did they burn him, they decapitated him, cut him into pieces, and used parts of his body as things to put on mantles. So people would say, get me a tongue, would you, or a liver, a little crisp, so I could put it on the mantle. Now again, I want you to look at the folks. I want you to look at who's here. We're not talking about the toothless, big gut, hooded wonder, are we? We're looking at plain old, common, dressed up folks. They're squeezing, please, I want my picture taken. Are you following me? This is somebody's cousin, uncle, somebody. And the ability to do that, dehumanize this man and rob them of their humanity all at the same time. All at the same time. That is the most dangerous, treacherous thing that could happen. What did Hitler do? He dehumanized human beings, put babies in ovens. Anything that robs us of our humanity is a danger to everyone. And that is what's going on with people of African descent all over the world, because not only did it get done here, but who did we tell the entire world? We told these people don't deserve any value. Everyone wants to be American, not y'all. But when we go, I literally go to countries all over the world. America sets the standard, and thank God for what happened later. Let's move forward. So a lot of people start saying, well, y'all got free, right? Y'all are free, everything's fine. Because see, whenever you talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome, people get locked there. So there's a myth that after slavery ended, the playing field was leveled. Was it? Remember, all the lynchings occurred after slavery. That wasn't during, after slavery. So you had black sharecropping. Now, we didn't get a lot of black history in our schooling. I have 4 degrees, and 3 of them advanced degrees. Never did I get black history.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. DeSoto County, Mississippi leaders are planning to sue over new legislative maps creating a majority black district. The Board of Supervisors has hired legal counsel to challenge the plan ahead of the August 5th primaries. Elk Grove, California schools are investigating a teacher for sharing racist material during a Black History Month lesson. The Catherine Albiani Middle School teacher is on leave, and the district has condemned the content. Black Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is joining 22 attorneys general opposing a lawsuit that could weaken the National Labor Relations Board power to protect workers' rights to unionize. They urge the court to deny YAP USA Automotive Systems' request to block NLRB proceedings. An African-American Rep, Kwesi Mfume, and Rep. Gerald Connolly are pushing for an inquiry into Trump-era federal job cuts, accusing President Trump and Elon Musk of harming the country while Congress does nothing. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Hey, this is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and for over 20 years, Parkside Economic Development Corporation has served Leimert Park and surrounding communities, empowering tomorrow's leaders and changing lives. Parkside EDC has awarded over $400,000 in college scholarships while sharing economic principles of the Big Five of money with students and their families. Parkside EDC partners with organizations like the Brotherhood Crusade to assure our youth have the financial acumen to succeed. Parkside EDC provides families and businesses with financial insights, offering free online, on-site, and on-air B-Warp presentations. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Programs helps our community acquire, sustain, and pass down legacy wealth. High school seniors can apply for this year's scholarship awards at parksideedc.org. Scholarships will be awarded at Parkside EDC's Gospel/Jazz Brunch on Sunday, April the 27th. For details, tickets, or donations, please visit parksideedc.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've struggled to lose weight in the past, this important message is for you because you could lose as much as 50 pounds or more with Zelfie. Zelfie makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelfie providers can prescribe FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others. Plus, help get the medication covered by insurance so it's as little as $0 a month.
The doctors are super helpful, and the meds have been a game changer. It's the first program I've had success with.
Before Zelfie, I was unable to lose weight, even though I was eating healthy and exercising 6 days a week. Zelfie helped me not only lose weight, but I feel so much better.
Text GOAL to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy or Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text GOAL to 200-300. That's GOAL to 200-300. GOAL to 200-300.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
A new day is on the horizon.
Who paved the way for the leaders of today? An untold number of remarkable women, known and unknown, who shaped our past and continue to inspire our future in every field of human endeavor, education, civil rights, technology, and more. Celebrating Women's History Month, we are KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't love each other like we used to do.
When I think about black men and dating in general, I think about their preferences, and sometimes I don't feel like they're always checking for us.
Hello.
So I think specifically of a well-known celebrity who has been highly publicized for beating black women. But when I think about what his recent comments were about the hair of black women and who he would date based on her hair texture, it infuriated me thinking that, well, that one, who is a role model for a lot of black men, is not checking for us. He's making it seem like there's something wrong with having the one B.
But do you realize you said that one? That could be for any
but
race.
that's not just
it's
him.
That one.
It's not
but
just
it's not
him.
just him. Within the industry, they are fetishizing mixed women.
They do.
For
sure.
They
But
do.
not all.
But just if you have any sort of exotic, and that's the problem.
You're
That's what you're talking about.
You're absolutely right.
Thank you. I'm going to go all the way back there.
I grew up in a family that I was too dark. Okay? I was too dark, but then at the same time, my grandfather was a white man. But as I grew up, black men weren't interested in me. White men were attracted to me, okay? But my attraction was always a black man. That's what I want in my life, okay? The black men, they're there for us. There's an understanding, there's a, I don't have to try. I can just be.
Man, does that conversation sound like self-hate, colorism, right? There's a socioeconomic piece to it. Did y'all hear that? That is the question of tonight's topic. That is the source of it. Our sister, our good sister from Los Angeles, right? Joy DeGruy came up with an amazing concept, post-traumatic slave syndrome. We already know social economics, right? We're at the bottom of every socioeconomic statistic on the board. We already know, right? You hear people say, oh, you know, that stuff happened 150 years ago, right? But you're also hearing people talk about, you know, ancestral legacy. On one end, you'll say, get over it. It happened 150 years ago. But then on the other end, the science from Bill Lipton and others are talking about epigenetics, what's on top of the gene, and how generational curses are carried through with generational scripts. Right? You have Dr. Marielle Bouquet, who graced us here at KBLA Talk 1580. Her book on intergenerational trauma. Right? So in the one breath, get over it. Shut up and play basketball. You're good. That was 150 years ago. Nobody in office now. But at the same time, we're still suffering from systemic racism. Only 4% of black people will be affected by the whole DEI overturning. But it's framed with a black face. Like, yeah, no more handouts. Ha ha. Y'all don't need it. Do you see? Right? Tonight's topic, PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome, courtesy of our great sister, Joy DeGruy, a.k.a. modern black love. Is it equivalent to modern black? Is modern black love, right, a symptom of PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome? That's the question. We're trying to drill down to see. So think of it this way. Before we came forward, we were listening to the great Joy DeGruy break it down, right? She said if you saw somebody kill a puppy, you would need therapy, right? Okay. Could you say that in those times, the way our ancestors were handled, they were handled by depraved psychopaths, narcissists? Now, what if you create a dependency on the abuser? What if the abuser is the author of your aspirations? What if the abuser is the secret pen behind your dreams? I want to be the first doctor. I want to be the first judge. I want to be the first Grammy winner. I want to be the first Oscar. We still having first in the 25th century. No, it's the 21st century. We're still having first in the 21st century, and it's crazy. Right? And now, because we can't extrapolate power from them, we can only extrapolate power from each other by putting each other down based on the standards they created, the success standards. The trauma dividend. Do black couples unconsciously profit from post-traumatic slave syndrome via viral struggle love content? $500 million on TikTok says yes. Here's the empirical hook. Trauma posts garner 4.2 times more engagement than joy narratives. Social media today, 2025. What about the church? Black church gaslighting. How forgive 70 times 7 theology, this is from Joy DeGruy, derives 60% mental health suppression. APA. In spiritualized abuse cycles. Here's the empirical hook. Clergy advise 44% of abused black women to pray harder. That's from the NAES in 2023. Generational hoarding. Does post-traumatic stress syndrome transform black love into a prepper mentality? Stockpiling trauma bonds, Carnes, against apocalyptic betrayal. Y'all think y'all relate. Y'all think y'all just finna go out on a date with all of this stuff in your spirit? You think if y'all act right for 2 years, that's your soulmate? Huh? Let's go. Hey, let's travel some places. You think this is not going to come out? The purpose of relationship is to heal oneself. Oneself can't be healed internally until one is comfortable enough to reveal oneself to oneself. And once you reveal yourself to yourself, you must accept yourself at your current state of development. Your ego is always projecting past your progress. Fake it till I make it. Act like I already got it. That's the law of assumption, right? Weaponize spirituality so you can spiritually bypass where you are in the moment. Empirical hook. 58% of black couples avoid joint accounts, citing slavery, stolen labor legacies. Federal Reserve, 2023. When I come forward, I'm going to the phone lines. Are you suffering from post-traumatic slave disorder? This is the work. Your mama was raised in a toxic society. So was your father. And they taught you the best way they knew how with the tools they had. They were broken. But some of that stuff seeped into your spirit. We're going to unpack it in a minute.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hey there, it's Karen.
And I'm Ernest. We're the co-hosts of Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest here on KBLA Talk 1580. Make sure you check us out Saturdays at 8 p.m.
And our rebroadcast happens on Sundays at 7 p.m. We'll be talking about the art of dining. We'll be giving food tips, talking to sommeliers, chefs, concierges, all the food influencers. Everything food, everything dining. And sometimes with some of our friends just hanging out and talking food.
And when you listen to our show, we have a segment called Hot dishes. Sometimes unpopular opinions, but we said what we said and we meant what we meant.
Also, we do food reviews with who's hot and who's not.
Yeah, you make sure you guys check out Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest here on KBLA. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-511-2112. That's 800-511-2112. 800-511-2112.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Dark-skinned women, I don't really like dark-skinned women. Like, they look funny beside me. So, I'd rather not date a dark-skinned woman.
You rather light-skinned girl?
Yeah, light-skinned pretty girl, long hair.
I've been saying all along on my TikTok that the self-hate that a lot of these men have is crazy. They hate the very womb that bore them. And they hate black women because they know if they get with a black woman, that her womb is a threat to their self-image. When they look in the mirror, they hate seeing that black face staring back at them. And they understand that a black woman will produce another black child, and they don't want that. They won't be proud of that.
So a dark-skinned guy said to me before that he doesn't want dark-skinned babies. He said that to me. I don't want dark-skinned babies. But I'm dark-skinned, so you clearly you clearly don't want me, because if two dark-skinned people have a baby, then it's going to be dark. So.
Wow. Just wow. That sounds like post-traumatic slave syndrome to me. When generational trauma, Lipton, embeds itself in DNA, how do black lovers unconsciously reenact ancestral bondage rituals, mistaking control for intimacy? I'm just interested to know. We got callers on the line. Let's get him in here. It's time. It's time. I don't know where Leroy from Inglewood at. He should have been in here. This is his topic. Maybe he's waiting to hear Amos, right? Amos Wilson. We got a little piece of Amos for you too, brother. It's all good. Get to your phone lines, LA, 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. Let's do it right now. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What's going on? Man, I'm just, my amygdala is on deck. We got one eternity for sex. You already know. So,
my amygdala is triggered right now.
You better know it.
Go ahead, brother.
So, nah, man, it's just a lot come to mind, just in the air of the way that this conversation is hitting the airwaves tonight. One thing I like to start off with is just, again, giving a big shout out and salute to the OG, Dr. Neely Fuller Jr., and encouraging all souls, if possible, just a quick drop, go to producejustice.com and order his work. It's the Compensatory Counter-Racism Code. And again, salute to the sister, Dr. Joy LeGrew, I believe it is, like the whole nine showers out Ali, like everybody that, you know what I'm saying, has been sounding this horn for quite some time. I do believe that a lot of this is by design passed down, you know, just like you're speaking to, genetically, even in terms of certain instincts, because even from that animalistic survival sense or that aspect, that's just how creation itself works. Like, given the environment, it's going to adapt for its own survival one way or the other, right? Over time, you could look at things like that. But to just drill to it, earlier with this whole inauguration type of stuff, excuse me, I heard our current president, Trump, like with his little speech and all of that, he echoes sentiments that I've heard a lot. It's on our dollar bills. It's on a lot of that stuff. But long and short, you know, it's supposed to be one nation under God. And he's like, you know, our God is the greatest. See, the way my psyche's set up is that, especially amid this atmosphere where, you know, rewind about a decade ago or so, and everywhere on TV, racism, black pain and plight, it didn't even exist out their lips. We was crazy for saying that this is the case of, like, we are enduring a lot of torment. Like, these triggers, these things that are being triggered in us are just, they're pushed as a non-reality. So long and short, I like to basically just echo the call of, you know, at one point or another, because the whole principle of your topic as well is like the dualistic masters aspect, and a lot of the religious doctrines get mixed up, like, you know, oh, it's good to be a slave, it's good to be this, like you got to serve and turn your other cheek and forgive and all of that. Like, all of that's cool, but nobody really hold a grudge better than God. Because I heard the devil messed up one time. And it's up for eternity, my boy. Like, so a lot of that as well is like, you know, again, we want to embrace our humanity, have better quality relationships, engagements, and way of life, and set the course for us to thrive for legacies to come and generations to come and all of that. But also, like, the step, so-called, to that dark side, or, like, you know, that Twilight Zone, just be like, man, it's about time your God signed in for real. Like, put a name on it.
I love it, man. I love it.
Because we got to, just kind of, like, cut the smoke and have more of a direct impact upon, you know what I'm saying, just marrying up our minds in terms of unity.
Love it.
So whatever your master is, just come up, tell him pull up. That's it.
Tell him pull up. Hey, guess what you just did, nephew?
Islam Alama Ding Dong, ATL.
ATL in the building. Let me just say this, because he brought up some great points. It's amazing, man. nobody ever looked at striving to be the first at something, right, in a toxic environment, right, through the lens of Stockholm. Like, it's just like the anxious, preoccupied child who wants to get the attention of this non-attuned parent. So they perform. Are we performing for America's acknowledgement when the young brother on the line just said our power is in our unity? Could it have been a traumatized, broken spirit that existed in our ancestors when they said, we're not going back? We spilled too much blood here. This is our country now. Could that have been coming from a traumatized place? I'm just asking. These are not my personal opinion, but I'm asking because these are the narratives that we have been repeating. Is that an extension of post-traumatic slave syndrome? I've put too much into this land for me to walk away. Could that be the easy way out? Or maybe they thought it was the easy. I want to know your thoughts. Because everything that has happened, just like Joy DeGruy said, most of the lynchings happened after slavery. Redlining happened after slavery. The black laws happened after slavery. Jim Crow happened after slavery. It turned up after slavery. Was it because we were asking for what we felt we were owed? Was it our ego asking when we should have just walked away? We should have just got on the boat and went home. Or some would argue this is home because we were already here. But what I do know is when you're abused, that abuse gets in not only just your body, but your psyche. Babette Rothschild's work, right? She talks about it a lot, right? The body remembers, but so does the soul. When we come forward, the voice of reason, going back to the phone line, let's keep cooking.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. DeSoto County, Mississippi leaders are planning to sue over new legislative maps creating a majority black district. The Board of Supervisors has hired legal counsel to challenge the plan ahead of the August 5th primaries. Elk Grove, California schools are investigating a teacher for sharing racist material during a Black History Month lesson. The Catherine Albiani Middle School teacher is on leave and the district has condemned the content. Black Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is joining 22 attorneys general opposing a lawsuit that could